Hello everyone and welcome to the penultimate race of the Simulated TC Season 2. We are here at Interlagos as we were for race 1 and two drivers remain in the fight for this championship. And they are the man that's been at the top of the standings for the majority of the season, Adrian Tichy, also known as the Canadian, and the man that has been in second so many times in his career that the CEO of P2 has become his nickname, Scott Sandeva, second in points. He's 29 points off the lead coming into this race. He needs to be within 20 if he wants to have a chance at the championship going into the final race, and they start on the starting grid not too far apart from each other, and both are on the medium compound tyres, so we could see a straight fight in this one. Will we see a champion crown today, or will it continue into the very final race of the season, as it did a season ago? Let's see then how they line up on the starting grid for this race, number 29 out of 30. At the very back of the field, we see the reigning champion, potentially for the final time, we can call him that, Adam Richardson for Renault. He's not in this title fight anymore, but he is the Season 1 champion. He's on mediums for this race. Ahead of him, it is Elmarie Sarlo for BMW. He's on the hard tyres for this race. Then we have the teammate to the championship leader, Albert Asante for Toyota. He is on the medium compound tyres. First of the soft runners, though, one of our title contenders earlier in the season, currently sits third in points, Ian Henwood. He is on the soft for this one. Ahead of him, it is Dimitri Sotorakis looking for his first career victory on the medium tyres. An early season title contender, Liam Jones, he is also on the medium tyres for this one. Then we see Jackson Turner on the soft compound tyres for Honda. Then we see just ahead of him in 12th position Leo Bonnet for Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo coming to this one second in the Manufacturers' Championship. And ahead of him it's another Alfa Romeo in Dylan Varstenberg on the soft compound tyres. Now as we look into the top 10, we see the Honda of Thomas Pierpont lining up in that 10th position. He's on soft tyres, as is the Tesla ahead of him. Matthew Lilly there in 9th position. He will be looking to try and gain a lot of positions with his four-wheel drive starts being oh so powerful. Ahead of him, it is the highest starting of the soft runners, it's Charlie Goodrich in 8th position, but then we see one of our title contenders, it's Adrian Tichy in 8th position on medium compound tyres, with Morgan Hitchings just ahead of him on the hard compound tyres for DS Automobiles. It's another DS then in the 7th position, that is, in the 5th position, that is Aston Lewis on the medium tyres, with Scott Sandeva, another one of our title contenders, next up on the road medium tyres in 4th position. He's just behind his teammate in Ben Driscoll in 3rd place, also on medium tyres. You may notice this pattern at the head of the field as we see an all Peugeot front row lockout. Race 1 pole sitter Seb Mills will line up second on medium tyres, but on pole position for the penultimate race of the season, it's Tyler Davison for Peugeot, also on the medium compound tyre. As the lights come on and the revs rise, we are racing here, and we're underway for the penultimate race of Season 2 in Simulated TC. It's a flying start from both Genesis cars as they will lead us into Turn 1 in a 1-2 formation. It's Driscoll ahead of Sandeva. Sandeva needed a good start here, and so far so good. Behind him though, Adrian Tichy's flying his way up the order, already battling for that 4th position with Seb Mills, and he takes that spot away, but Mills looking to fight back there in the Peugeot as they head down towards Turn 4 for the first time here today. Out of the centre S, it is Ben Driscoll that leads the way for Genesis as he looks to try and take victory, but on medium tyres, he's got some soft runners coming up behind him that will be looking to try and take that position away. But for now, you can see that Tyler Davison making the move in 2nd place. He tries to make it happen on Scott Sandeva, but they're going to be side by side off the corner still, as meanwhile, further down the order, Adrian Tichy's up to 4th. Behind him, Charlie Goodrich in a 5th position on soft compound tyres. He is the highest starting of the soft runners and is still the highest running soft runner now. As you see, that is Tyler Davison ahead of Scott Sandeva, crucially. As now we can see they're nearly together on the racetrack. Charlie Goodrich's just put himself between the two contenders here as he goes around the outside of Adrian Tichy and will immediately look to try and take the place away from Scott Sandeva. As we see Tichy just a couple of positions behind. 9 points is the needed difference in favour of Scott Sandeva for this championship to go all the way to the final race. If Sandeva can't outscore Adrian Tichy by 9 points, then this championship is done here. They're wheel to wheel. Goodrich up in 2 third positions. position, and Davison is going way wide of the apex there. He's going to now feel the pressure from Sandever as they power out of there and towards the final proper corner of this racetrack. Pierpont now up into the mix as well on those soft tyres. He's jumped ahead of Adrian Tishy. Matthew Lilly is now the next one behind the Canadian as we see into the final proper corner. It is Davison down the inside of Sandever, and he will make that move stick here. Crucially, the Peugeot, it doesn't handle too great on those harder compound off tyres. He's on mediums for this one. But it does have brilliant top speed, and that could well be put to the test here in this one with a long start-finish straight here. You see at the front of the field, though, it's another car with good top speed in the Renault, trying to take the lead of the race here. It's Genesis battling with Renault. It is Ben Driscoll versus Charlie Goodrick into turn number 1. Goodrick to the inside, and he's taking the lead away at the end of lap 1, the start of lap 2. It's Renault that lead the way now ahead of Ben Driscoll. Behind them in third place, Davison is holding on to that third position, but now you can see side-by-side racing again here, as that is Pierpont wheel to wheel with Scott Sandever through turn number 3, and now towards turn number 4 they go. Out of the centre, Tishy is running a few places lower now than he would have wanted to be, but at the moment he is still in a good spot for this championship being secured in race number 2. As you see there, that is Matthew Lilly looking to the inside of Sandever. Is he close enough to make something happen? As further up the road, Pierpont is going for an absolute send there on Tyler Davison. He makes the move stick there. Sandever does stay ahead of Matthew Lilly for now as they now come up through turns 5 and up towards turn 6. Matthew Lilly on the tail of Scott Sandever. Then it is Jackson Turner in the 7th position. He's got clear of Adrian Tishy as well now. So Tishy is almost behind all of these soft runners. So all of the pay, in theory, is nearly over for Adrian Tishy. Just 2 more soft runners behind him. As you see, Tyler Davison is going to outbrake a driver on soft tyres, and that is why he has gone way wide there. He's going to try and keep his nose in, but he can't quite do it. He has an unusual strategy at the moment, as it seems, Tyler Davison. His strategy very much seems to be brake as late as he possibly can and hope for the best when he gets to the corner. And so far, it's not gone too badly. He is the second highest of the non-soft runners, which in theory is quite a good result for him. But we shall see if it continues to work that way, with Sandever breathing right down his neck at the moment. Dylan Varstenberg currently the lowest of the soft runners, just outside of the top 10 here as we see Sandever again pressuring the back of Davison. But Davison, where is he? There he is. He went wide again there at that final corner, which will let Sandever through on the inside. But you're going to see here what that top speed of the Peugeot is, because I can guarantee you, when we cut back to that battle at the at turn 1, it is going to be Davison back ahead of Sandever. I am almost certain of it. As we look now to the battle for the top 2 positions here, we have Ben Driscoll on those mediums, ahead of 2 soft runners here, Pierpont and Lilly into turn number 1. It's going to be Pierpont going to the inside and taking that position away from Driscoll, and Honda up in 2P2 now, as behind we see indeed it's 3 wide through turn number 1. Davison went too deep on the brakes. Turner's going to take 2 for the price of 1 there. Sandever will get the pass done now on Tyler Davison, and Davison now, I fear, that may be the last he has to fight with Sandever, because that car has just not been making corners here. And now we've got another test. Will these cars make the corner? It's Matthew Lilly on the inside, Driscoll on the outside. Can Driscoll outbrake the Tesla? He can. Surely that's not going to stick, though. He's sliding through turn 4, and indeed that does not work for him. You see him coming out of the corner there without the grip he needs. There's another person without the grip they need is Tyler Davison. The podium now, the top 3, all soft tyre runners, and behind them the field is doing battle at an incredible rate. As we see up the hill, Varstenberg is putting the pressure on Adrian Tishy. Tishy running in at that 9th position at the moment, looking good for a chance at a reverse grid for the reverse grid top 10 finishing position for this race, which of course would basically put him in a brilliant spot for the finale if he doesn't secure the championship in this one. But with the way things are going, it is looking good for Adrian Tishy for now. As Sandever, every place he loses, there is just another car behind him putting the pressure on, and Adrian Tishy is just not losing places quick enough at the moment for Sandever to build that points advantage he needs. Because again, you can see another soft runner gets to the back of them, as again you see Tyler Davison with a simply discombobulating apex there, taking a line that no other driver seemed to be willing to take, and perhaps there's a reason for that. He is taking unusual racing lines, to say the least, there as we see through the final corner, Henwood on the back of Sandever. But again, Tyler Davison seemingly just driving every corner like he's got a car on his inside, quite frankly. That is it's a take on racecraft, I'll give him that. The Peugeot certainly not handling well, and he is doing all he can with it. And so far, it could be going worse. He could be well down the order. He's ahead of his teammate still, who is also on mediums in that Peugeot. So, in theory, that should be a straight fight. As now we see Turner to the inside of turn number 1 and up into 4th position ahead of Driscoll. Now, Driscoll still the highest running non-soft runner, as Sandever is going to crucially lose another spot here. Henwood is up into the 6th position. Scott Sandever now in 7th. He would need Tishy to be outside of the points for this championship battle to continue. And at the moment, Tishy is in P10. Top 15 get points in case you are new here. And Tishy currently with a comfortable margin to getting that points paying position. So Sandever needs disaster to strike Tishy, or for his car to suddenly, magically become the quickest on the racetrack here, because he is now almost behind every single one of the soft runners, because Varstenberg, you see there, the grip he has is, oh wow, Seb is going even wider than Tyler, so maybe that is just as close as the Peugeot can get to apexes that Tyler has been doing, because Seb Mills into turn 4 there, he was way off the racetrack, nowhere near it. Well, that car, it was good in race 1, it took a 1-2, but in race number 2 here, both of them on medium tyres, are just struggling to find an apex anywhere around this racetrack at the moment now, as we see Ben Driscoll once again as they head towards turn number 1, under pressure this time from Ian Henwood in the Ford. Another soft runner here is going to make a nice and easy move to the inside of turn number 1, and Ian Henwood is up into the top 5 positions. He can try and reel into the group of cars ahead of him, but there is a bit of a gap now, as the top 5 is a little bit separated at the moment now, as we see Varstenberg on the tail of Scott Sandever for another spot in this race. And crucially, if Varstenberg does take this position away from Scott Sandever, then Scott's chances of this championship going all the way to the finale are gone. Varstenberg is in the slipstream, he's on soft tyres. Is there anything Sandever can do? We're only just over halfway through this race. Varstenberg will look to the inside, he's going to brake late. Can Sandever cover him off? He will just about, but no, he slides. A small moment for the Genesis, the front gripped, but the rear just couldn't hack it. It's going to be Varstenberg into P7, and now it is looking more likely than ever that Adrian Tishy will be crowned the Season 2 champion, because at the moment he may be running in only P11. He's outside the reverse grid positions, which would have been a lovely way for him to end the season, but for now, there's only one thing he cares about, and that is the championship. He runs in 11th position, and as long as Scott Sandever stays where he is, there is no way that Tishy loses this championship. And you can see here the battle at the back end of the points is quite a way behind, and crucially involves Adrian Tishy's teammate there in Albert Asante, running in 16th position behind Liam Jones, another man who has been one of the stars of this season. He doesn't have a win to his name, but 5 podiums with some incredible drives early in the season. It's just slipped away from him so far in this one. But as we look back towards the front of the field, Varstenberg has already got past one Genesis. He's going to try and get another here, and again you can see the front wheels on the Genesis just about gripping to the road, but the rears just weren't having it at all there, as Varstenberg now gets up into the 6th position, the top 6, all on the soft compound tyres. Driscoll in 7th, Scott Sandever in 8th place, the 2 Genesis cars, the 2 highest non-soft running cars. But painfully for them, they've already used their softs in this event in race number 1. So they have no big glory to look forward to in race 3. But up at the front, someone that does have some glory to look forward to is Charlie Goodrick. He is already a simulated TC race winner in his rookie season, but it's looking set to be a second win for him, and the Renault is coming through the final curves of the race ahead of Thomas Pierre-Pont and then Matthew Lilly as they head towards the start-finish line for the final time. Charlie Goodrick is going to be a 2-time simulated TC race winner. He wins race 2 at Interlagos. Behind him it's Pierre-Pont in 2nd, Matthew Lilly in 3rd, Jackson Turner in 4th position. But let's look down the order now. Scott Sandever running in the 8th position, and the gap ahead of him just looks to be too big here. It's the Genesis cars coming in 7th and 8th. A strong result otherwise, but sadly for them, it's looking set to be that they will not take this championship in the manufacturers or the drivers because of this man. Adrian Tishy from Canada, the Canadian, in 11th position. It's an otherwise unsignificant race for him, but look at this. He comes to the line, and with those 5 points, he will become the Season 2 Simulated TC Champion. Toyota have done it as well in the manufacturers. It's a double championship this season for Toyota, a manufacturers and a drivers, Adrian Tisci is the second ever champion of simulated TC, and what a season he has put in there. Incredible way for it to end here, and we still have one more race to go. Charlie Goodrick, though, takes the victory in race number 2 at Interlagos ahead of Pierre Pont and Lily. Jackson Turner is in at the 4th position with a strong double top 4 for the Honda manufacturer. It's Ian Henwood in 5th place. He had fallen out of the championship fight after race number 1, but nonetheless he put in a strong performance here to get another top 5 into the books. Behind him, Dylan Varsenberg, the lowest of the soft runners, but he did start quite a way down the order. Then we see Ben Driscoll in 7th place, and the man that is looking set to be runner-up in this championship, Scott Sandever. He fought as hard as he could, but in the end just didn't have the speed required in that one. On those medium tyres, he couldn't quite get the points he needed. In 9th place, an incredible drive actually from the, well, until now reigning champion, Adam Richardson. He will hand his title over to Adrian Tisci. He comes home in 9th place after starting all the way down in 19th. Behind him, Tyler Davison, he will be on pole again for race number 3, so keep an eye on him in that one with the top 10 on the grid reversed. But in 11th place there, Adrian Tisci coming home only about 5 seconds behind Scott in the end of this one, but he wins the championship for Toyota. An incredible performance there with Seb Mills behind him in 12th position after fighting for victory in race 1, not the race 2 he would have wanted, with Dimitri Sotorakis in 13th ahead of Albert Asante, who takes a couple more points for Toyota. Aston Lewis in 15th place with Leo Bonnet in 16th. 17th goes to Liam Jones, Morgan Hitchings in 18th, and Elmary Salo brings up the back of the field in race number 2. We have one more race to go. Adrian Tisci, the champion, and wow, what a season it has been for him. Just one race victory, but that doesn't tell you about his season. His season has been a story of consistency, of reliability. He is one of just 3 drivers to have completed every single race this season, and boy, he has done so in a incredibly consistent fashion. He has scored points in 27 out of the 29 races so far. He has scored a top 10 finish in 20 of the 29 races. He has been on another level. He has 9 top 5 finishes to his name, and these statistics are just unrivaled, really, especially when you look at the top 10s and top 15s. In top 10 finishes, he has an advantage of 5 over his nearest rivals. Morgan Hitchings with 15. Then you see Scott Sandever, of course, the man that currently sits second in the standings with 15, as well as the reigning champion, Adam Richardson. And Adrian Tisci, he's got 20. That is just how good his season has been. It has been an incredible, incredible season. And with this championship, because of how equal it is, you don't see big advantages in win statistics, really. You don't really see it in podiums either. But when you look at the consistency of top 10s and top 15s, that's where championships are won, and that is where Adrian Tisci has just been clear of his oppositions. So a huge congratulations to Adrian Tisci, the Canadian, on winning the championship in Season 2. Commiserations, of course, to Scott Sandever, who put in an incredible season. He's the only man still this season that has more than 2 victories with his 3 race wins to his name so far. But maybe in race 3, someone could join him in that club, or maybe we can have an entirely new winner to end the season off. Who knows? We will have to wait and see. So please do join us. Even though the championships might be wrapped up, I have a feeling race 3 is going to be action-packed nonetheless. So do join us for that one in a couple of days' time. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time, goodbye.